Sonic is dying. Once the famous blue speed demon that brought joy to our hearts is now an empty shell of lost hopes and dreams. How could this happen? How long will it take for our blue hero to get out this deep hole? And can someone please tell me which sick authorized this shit? That's just wrong on every level.
Greetings, class. Welcome to another episode of Honest Gaming History. This week's lecture will be on...
You're too slow!
We all know Sonic, right? The charismatic, anthropomorphic hedgehog saves the innocent animals of his world from the evil clutches of Dr. Eggman, collects all 7 Chaos Emeralds, goes Super Sonic, and saves the day. His lore is as simple as they come.
That may be true, but over the years, Sonic has changed drastically. So to truly understand the rise and the fall of the Blue Blur, we have to start from the very beginning.
Our story starts in the early 90s. Gaming was exploding, and Nintendo ran shit.
With Mario as their leader, Nintendo became one of the most well-known and loved gaming companies in the world.
Enter Sega, the underdog.
Sega was another gaming company that saw what Nintendo had, and they wanted it.
Sega knew that the only way they could compete with Nintendo would be to create their own mascot, but not just any mascot. This mascot had to be better and more memorable than Nintendo's overweight Italian plumber.
Sega started with some dude named Alex Kidd, but he sucked.
So they commenced an art competition where Sega employees would create their dream mascot. Thus, through the inspiration of Michael Jackson, cute animals, and Bill Clinton, Sonic the Hedgehog was born.
With the mascot out of the way, Sega needed to give him a villain. He needed a Bowser to his Mario.
Well, believe it or not, another prospect for the mascot of Sega was reused to fill this role.
They altered this character's design and named him Dr. Ivo Eggman Robotnik.
Huh, wears red, obese, and has a mustache? Kinda reminds you of another mascot, doesn't it?
Anyways, the first few Sonic games were created and they were a major success.
These games literally shat on Super Mario. Look at the level designs, the loop-de-loops. Mario, this shit makes me rock hard!
Each game followed Sonic as he continued to foil Robotnik's plans to terrorize the animals of his world and build on his evil world-dominating organization known as the Robotnik Empire.
The guy was turning animals into robots. The fuck's wrong with this dude?
Nevertheless, the success of the first few Sonic games led to Sega finally surpassing Nintendo.
Sadly, this did not last for long. Gaming was switching from 2D to 3D, and Nintendo was on it. Super Mario 64 was out, and it was looking sexy as shit.
Sega needed to fight back with the new 3D Sonic game, but their first few games flopped.
Then Sega released one of the most iconic game systems in the late 90s, the Sega Dreamcast.
With the Dreamcast came Sonic's first successful 3D game that was released in 1999, Sonic Adventure. This game introduced one of the first actual storylines in the Sonic universe.
But for some reason, Sonic's animal-filled world was replaced with a world full of humans. Weird.
In this game, Eggman releases Chaos, the god of destruction. He collects the Chaos Emeralds and uses them along with Chaos to destroy Central Station. His goal? To build onto his Eggman empire using the ruins of Central Station as his base. Sonic uses the Chaos Emeralds to go super, defeat Chaos, then force Eggman to retreat again. Pretty straightforward story.
This game received stellar reviews. Outside of the odd glitches, the over-the-top talking animations, and the goddamn fishing levels, this is a pretty solid game.
So like any smart gaming company, Sega capitalized on Sonic Adventure's success and made a sequel.
Enter Sonic Adventure 2.
Attention all units. Suspect seen heading south.
Woo! This level still gets my dick rock hard!
Sonic Adventure 2 introduced the infamously edgy rival of Sonic, Shadow.
Along with that, a new story unfolds. In this game, Eggman recruits Shadow, and together they hijack a weapon of mass destruction in space. Cause I guess in this world, the government just leaves these things out in the open to get taken.
It's up to Sonic and friends to team up and defeat Eggman once again.
Because why wouldn't you leave the fate of the world in the hands of a bunch of animals?
Shadow ends up betraying Eggman. Then him and Sonic both go super and save the day.
This entry in the Sonic Gameverse was a major success as well, and put Sonic back on top. Sorry Mario, you're just saving one kingdom. Sonic's out here saving planets and shit.
So, as you can tell, things are looking great for the Blue Blur.
He owned the 16-bit era of gaming, and he was doing pretty well in the 3D era so far. Things can only go up from here, right?
Wrong! With the Sega Dreamcast being discontinued in 2001, and Sega completely dropping out of the console market, Sonic became homeless. He no longer had a designated console to rely on, which led to Sega and the Sonic team trying a plethora of new but mediocre ideas. This included multiple OK spin-offs, and even sending him to the Nintendo GameCube.
What? Sonic? On a Nintendo console? Sega? How could you?
Sonic was slowly starting to fade away, but true fans were still waiting, praying that Sonic would come back from this series of unfortunate events.
Then, Sonic's Day of Reckoning fell on us. 2006 was the year of Sonic's 15th anniversary. To celebrate his anniversary, Sonic the Hedgehog was released.
This game was meant to bring Sonic back to his roots. The design here was very similar to the old Sonic adventure games that we used to love.
In this, game, if that's what you want to call it, Sonic enters a new place called Soliana and meets Princess Elise, a new, unneeded character. Dr. Eggman is trying to capture her, so Sonic takes it upon himself to protect her. For the whole game. Cause it's not like princesses have 24-hour security or anything. No, that would be stupid.
Elsewhere, an evil spirit known as Mephiles arises, and he plans on using a devastating monster from the future to bring about Armageddon.
So, like any Sonic game, Sonic, Shadow, and newcomer Silver the Hedgehog use the Chaos Emeralds to go super and save the world. Yay!
Due to many unforeseen issues that was occurring within the Sonic development team and Sega, this game ended up being pretty bad.
Pretty bad? Hold up. Did you say pretty bad?
Yeah,
Bruh, need I remind you of the constant glitches that made this game completely unplayable? Or what about the insane story we just explained that takes itself way too seriously? This is Sonic, guys, not Final Fantasy.
Okay, but...
And to put the icing on the cake, there is this.
To me. To us.
What? Like, what? Who said this was okay? Who the f*** approved this f***ing shit? Like, fuck.
Don't you just calm?
Sonic is an animal. Elise is a human. Do you want rabies? Like, look, I love my dog, but you don't see me trying to make out with it. Elise is gross. This game is gross. So don't you dare compliment this game by saying it was just pretty bad. This game was complete and utter feces. End of f***ing story.
You good, bro?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Cause I can still see the steam coming out of your...
I'm good. I just really don't like that game.
Hey, it's okay. Cause nobody likes that game anyways. So like my partner here so eloquently stated, this game was shit. It was so bad that Sega had to pull it off the shelves of gaming retailers.
At this point, Sonic hit rock bottom, and it only got worse. More mediocre games were made and Sonic just kept digging itself into a deeper hole. Thanks, Sega.
All hope seemed lost for Sonic. His fans were slowly giving up on him.
But then, a ray of light shined from the abyss that Sonic was stuck in. In 2008, Sonic Unleashed was released.
In this title, Eggman drains the power of the Chaos Emeralds and uses the power he's gained to shatter the Earth. This releases an evil entity known as Dark Gaia from the center of the Earth. It also turns Sonic into an ugly beast known as the Werewolf.
After these events, the world, once again, obliviously puts their faith in the hands of Sonic and his new partner Chip. Damn, Sonic, how you just gonna drop your homeboy Tails like that?
From how all the past Sonic games went, I'm pretty sure you guys can make an educated guess on how this all ends.
Sonic goes super and saves the day. Again. And people say Pokemon is repetitive.
Repetitive, yes, but Sonic Unleashed brought a new mechanic that was never seen in a Sonic game. The game was split in half due to the addition of the Hedgehog. There were day stages that were basically an upgraded version of all the speedy platform stages from Sonic Adventure that we used to love.
Then at night you transformed into the Hedgehog. The night stages were more focused on puzzle solving and beating the tar out of generic enemies.
Now this game was in no way amazing. The night stages were a chore to complete and just felt pointless.
But the day stages were dope. Speeding through all these beautifully made levels was the most fun that anyone has had with Sonic in years. It was like playing Sonic Adventure on crack, but like the good crack that makes you feel invincible, not the shit you get on the, don't do drugs, kids.
Although this game was not perfect, it was still a huge step from the mess that was Sonic 06.
After this minor success, Sega pulled a crazy move that very few gaming companies do. They listened to the feedback of the fans.
Sega and the Sonic team listened to the feedback they received from Sonic Unleashed and used that to create the game that fully revived Sonic. Sonic Colors.
In Sonic Colors, Eggman seemingly turns a new leaf and opens up his own amusement park.
Skeptical of Eggman's true motives, Sonic and Tails head over to Eggman's supposed amusement park to find out what's really going on.
Turns out that Eggman is enslaving an alien race called the Wisps. Looks like enslaving animals wasn't giving him the same rush anymore.
Sonic defeats Eggman, goes super, then saves the day.
As usual.
Sonic Colors basically took the day stages from Sonic Unleashed and made them so much better.
The game overall did extremely well with fans. Sonic was finally back, and things were only getting better.
In 2011, Sonic Generations was released.
If you thought Sonic was back before, you haven't seen anything yet.
In a nutshell, Sonic Generations brought together the current gen Sonic and the classic Sonic that we all know and love into one dope but simple adventure where they take on the Eggmans of their respective worlds.
The game gave us both the classic Sonic gameplay that we grew up with and the new Sonic gameplay that we have grown to love from Sonic Colors. On top of that, each level was a remixed version of some of the best stages in Sonic history. So you know they had to bring back your boy's favorite Sonic stage ever. Rock hard!
Sonic Generations received amazing reviews.
Sonic was not only back, but we could confidently say that he was better.
But like all good things, the Sonic hype had to come to an end.
In 2013, Sonic Lost World dropped.
This game was an awkward mix of the current gen Sonic games and Mario Galaxy.
Sega saw how much success they were getting off of Sonic again, and decided to experiment. Again. Sega. Experimenting is what got Sonic in the hole that he was in a few years ago. He just came back. Why are you trying to throw him back in?
This game received mixed reviews.
It wasn't necessarily bad, but it was nowhere near the levels of the previous Sonic games.
Now, one would think that this is just a minor mishap, right?
Sega and the Sonic team were just pulling our legs. Lost World was just a minor mistake. Sonic will bounce back. Right? Nope.
After Sonic Lost World, Sonic went through a very weird phase. A new CGI cartoon was coming out in which the main cast of the Sonic franchise got a huge makeover. The cartoon was going to be called Sonic Boom.
I wonder how long it took to come up with that one.
To accompany the cartoon, Sonic Boom games would be released.
But get this, these games weren't even being developed by the Sonic team. They were being developed by another company called Big Red Button. So Sonic is already slowly going back into his hole. Then Sega just decides to ask another company to develop a game for him? Hey MatPat, I got a new theory for you. Sega hates Sonic.
The first and main Sonic Boom game that was released was Sonic Boom: Rise of Lyric. Due to many negative factors within the development process, the game ended up being released half done and ahead of schedule.
Hold up 1 second, guys.
Let me give you guys an analogy. You ever been served a chocolate cake, but instead of the cake, you just get a steaming pile of cow shit? That is the nice way to explain how Sonic Boom felt.
The game was a glitch-ridden mess that would have probably still been bad without the glitches. Frame rate drops, areas of the map not loading, being able to break the game by infinitely jumping with Knuckles. This fractured mess put Sonic in the worst place possible.
Our faith in Sonic was tarnished, revitalized, then literally shat on with this installment into the franchise. How would Sega gain their fans back?
Simply by pulling the one move that is guaranteed to bring all their old fans back and possibly bring new ones. Creating nostalgia.
So in 2017, Sega released Sonic Mania, a direct sequel to the old school Sonic games from the 90s. It was a work of art. And the crazy part was that it wasn't even solely developed by Sega. They outsourced to a group of developers that previously made Sonic fan games and ROM hacks.
So think about that for a second, alright? Sega gave Sonic to the fans, and the fans did a better job at saving him than Sega did. You other game developers can learn a thing or two from that.
So with the booming success that came from Sonic Mania, Sonic had ours and the critics' hearts once again. Later in 2017, Sonic Forces was released as a kinda sorta follow-up to Sonic Mania and Sonic Generations. In Sonic Forces, Sonic is finally defeated by Eggman, and it's up to you, Sonic's friends, and classic Sonic to save him and defeat Eggman.
And yes, we said you. Sonic Forces implements something that was never really done in a Sonic game before.
Character customization. In Sonic Forces, you're able to make your own character who aids Sonic and his friends in defeating Eggman,
thus allowing your super original Sonic OC to become a real thing.
Sadly, this was the best part of the game.
Don't get it twisted. I personally do not think that Sonic Forces was terrible. It just pales in comparison to Sonic Mania and Sonic Generations. When Sonic Forces was announced, People expected something like Sonic Generations 2, but that's not what we got.
This disappointed many fans, but it did not bring us to the triggered point that Sonic 06 and Sonic Boom left us in.
So all in all, Sonic Forces left Sonic in a bit of a neutral area.
The next game can either make or break the Blue Blur.
So to put it simply, Sega, let me level with you all. You guys are extremely talented, and not many can do what you guys do, but we love Sonic. And we want Sonic to live long enough for our kids to experience his greatness. So please, for the love of God, no more experimenting, no more outsourcing to random companies, just get your shit together and make Sonic great again. What's going on, Digi family, and thank you for watching another episode of Honest Gaming History. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode even though it was super long. If you did, please do not forget to hit that thumbs up, share with all your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, hit that bell notification button on the bottom so you get notified whenever I post a video, because Lord knows that YouTube doesn't tell anybody shit nowadays. Also, let me know if I got anything wrong in the comment section below, because it is super hard trying to get 20 years of events into only 15 minutes of video. Thank you to all my little patrons who made this video possible. If you are not already a patron, but would like to become one, feel free to go to my Patreon page, which I left in my description below, and find out how you can support the channel and get some dope ass rewards at the same time. One of those rewards will soon be seeing the full episode of Honest Gaming History a full day before it airs on YouTube. That's some shit right there, bro. I would kill for that. Also, let me know who you want to see me do next in the comment section below. In the next episode, I'm gonna do Cole McGrath from the Infamous series. Anyways, that's all I gotta say. So as usual, be easy, stay lit, and take care.